Good morning. Today is Tuesday, August 29th, I think. Are on our way to have breakfast at the Polynesian Resort at the Kona Cafe, and I'm looking very forward to that. I don't think I've ever eaten there before. I was thinking we were going to Ohana, but we're going to the we're going to the Kona Cafe inside the Polynesian. Let's come with us to breakfast.
Maybe you're wondering, just how big is Walt Disney World Resort? Well, it's 25,000 acres, which is approximately 43 square miles. If you need some further context, it's about more or less the same size as the entire city of San Francisco. It's big enough to have its own zip code, and this enormous resort attracts over 50 million visitors each year. According to a book about John Lennon by May Pang, the famous band, the Beatles, was officially dissolved at the Polynesian Village Resort. Ringo signed the legal dissolution papers in the UK, Paul and George signed the paperwork in New York, but John failed to show up to a meeting in New York. In late 1974, the lawyers shipped the documents to Florida, where John was staying, and at the Polynesian, he became the final Beatle to sign the papers that officially broke up the band. Located on the shoreline of Seven Seas Lagoon, Disney's Polynesian Village Resort is one of the closest hotels to the Magic Kingdom. Longhouses is named after an actual island in Polynesia. The resort is inspired by none other than the Pacific Islands. Best of all, the Disney Resort Deluxe Hotel is only a short boat ride or monorail ride away from the Magic Kingdom Park. The Poly has undergone recent renovations not only to its guest rooms, which have been reimagined with the Moana theme, but also the monorail station.
I see some tiki fires burning there. The resort right outside.
That's a great view of the monorail. Disney's Polynesian Village Resort is on the monorail route, and the station is located on the second floor of the Great Ceremonial House. The resort monorail stops at Disney's Grand Floridian Resort, Magic Kingdom Park, Disney's Contemporary Resort, and the Ticket and Transportation Center as well. One of the great things about the Poly are their restaurants. A couple to keep in mind: Ohana, which is an all-you-care-to-eat style restaurant, and the Kona Cafe, which is a sit-down restaurant. And you don't have to be staying at the Poly in order to dine at those restaurants. You can make a reservation. So I am staying at a Disney property, but I did not this one, and I did make a reservation to have breakfast over at the Kona Cafe. I just love the vibe of this hotel. It does have that Polynesian feel, and I think the decor has so much to do with that. And also they play in the background just traditional Polynesian music. I believe this lobby has had a somewhat recent update, but it is just so gorgeous to look at from the hanging. I believe these hanging orbs are like, I think they're fishing weights, or, the big glass balls that hold up the fishing nets. I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe that's what they're supposed to be. But look at all of this gorgeous woodwork. I take the stairs whenever I can. For me, it's faster than the elevator. Plus, you get a little bit of exercise. But look at this, just gorgeous woodwork as we go up. I'm telling you, it's just such a nice feeling to be here. Definitely pop in. That's one thing that I like to do when staying at the Disney resort. Sometimes if I'm not going to the park, even if I'm in the park, I'll take the monorail and explore one of the hotels nearby. I'll grab a coffee or maybe go grab a treat at maybe whatever that resort is known for. Like at the Poly, even before I had come to any restaurants, they have, I know it's going to sound weird, but they had chocolate dipped bacon. It just sounded so weird. I just thought I would try it, so I did. But here we are, the Kona Cafe. For breakfast, I ordered the Polynesian platter, which came with 2 eggs, any style, home fried potatoes, and then your choice of meat. You can choose between bacon, sausage, or spiced ham, which is Spam. And of course, I had to go with the spiced ham / Spam because Spam is so popular in Hawaii. I believe the waitress told me that Hawaii is the biggest consumer of Spam worldwide. So of course I had to get that. And Sean got the, I believe it's called the Kahuna platter, which came with everything that I ordered. In addition, it also came with macadamia nut pancakes. Oh, and I forgot to mention that my Polynesian platter also came with fresh fruit and a coconut muffin. And right outside the restaurant, there was a case of like Disney memorabilia. It was very fitting, Polynesian themed or just old. Yeah, but it's just fun. It's just fun to walk around and take a moment to look at the time and effort that was put into just adding so much character to places. Okay, we finished breakfast, and breakfast was very delicious. The portions were huge, too big to finish. So I brought a lot of leftovers. Hopefully they'll still be good later. Now we're going to go and look at a home. So that's what our plan is. And here we are, the Magic Kingdom. So we took the complimentary bus from the hotel over to the Magic Kingdom, and look at these ominous clouds. This is it. This is Hurricane Idalia on its way. It will be making landfall here in the Orlando area in just a couple of hours. So the event officially starts at 7 p.m., but if you have an event ticket, it allows you admission to the park at 4 o'clock. So you can get on rides. They won't be handing out candy. They won't be selling the special event food or doing these special event rides until 7 o'clock, but you get to enjoy the park a little bit earlier. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop on Space Mountain. Now for the event, Space Mountain is just completely dark, and that is sort of the overlay that they do for this ride. But I'm riding it before 7 o'clock, so it's just going to be the normal dark roller coaster with the projections of different planets and galaxies. So it feels like you're whizzing through space. It is still fun nonetheless. So we rode one ride. We rode Space Mountain. The Space Mountain is out of the way. It was not so scary version, it was just a regular version, but it was fun to ride. For some reason I felt like this time it was scarier, but maybe it wasn't that scary. I don't know, for some reason it just felt like it was more intense.
sorry, not Disneyland, I'm in Disney World for the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, and it's also Hurricane Idalia. So we just got poured on with rain. I think this isn't like the official hurricane, they're the outer bands of rain, but it is thundering now. It is raining. Let's see how long we last here. So we got on 1.5 rides before the rain started. It's now raining and thundering every now and then. Not thundering a whole lot, but it is thundering. So this is my favorite time of year in the parks. The Halloween party season, or Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween. The autumn, even though it's August still. I just love the decorations and the parades and everything else. This is the Tron Light Cycle Power Run, and it is a near replica of the one that was first built in Shanghai Disneyland. And what it is it's a semi-enclosed launched roller coaster, and the ride vehicles are like motorcycles, so you do have to like straddle it and lean forward like you're riding a motorcycle. And in the roller coaster, when you take off, you are launched. Now, fun fact about me, I am not a huge fan of roller coasters, but I'm gonna get on this because it's Tron. This is a good bird's eye view of one of the treat trails. So cast members roll out these big bins of candy, and when it's your turn to receive the candy, they give you heaping handfuls of just all the good stuff. So this Tron Light Cycle roller coaster opened in Walt Disney World Magic Kingdom this past spring 2023, and it's been a hit ever since. So they have a virtual queue that you'll sign up for, and when your time comes to get in line, and that's when you'll proceed to the line. So I do like this system. It does come in very handy. You can look to see where you are in the queue, and if there's lots of time that's still left, you can go do something else in the park, and that's what we did. But as we saw that our queue number, our like pool of numbers in which we were designated to ride was approaching, then we kind of made our way closer to the ride. So I'm showing you as much as I can through the walkthrough, but then eventually right before you get on the roller coaster, they have these lockers where you lock up all of your belongings, and then you get onto the ride vehicle. So just got off of the Tron ride. I had a lot of fun. I thought it was scary for me. I kept pulling the bars down to make sure I was in there really tight, so when I did get off, I felt like my insides were all squished, but it was so much fun. It is now after 7 p.m. and the event has officially kicked off. This is one of the specialty food items.
Swirling sub?
Snarly sub.
Snarling? Snarling sub, yeah. Snarling sub.
How do you like it?
So it's got spicy marinara. So I don't like, it's not too spicy. It's just Disney spicy. But it's got spicy marinara, it's got some pesto sauce. What is it, mozzarella cubes maybe? And I don't know what kind of bun that is. But I would say, we're doing a scale from 1 to 10. I'll give it an 8. 8 out of 10. What do you think?
Yeah, I would say an 8. We're sharing it, so it's kind of big. It was $11.99 for the sub and the fries, and we're sharing it. So
as you can see, crowds are starting to gather for a very wonderful fireworks show that will happen later on, as well as a projection show that projects different images on top of the castle. And Hurricane Idalia is still making its way towards where we are. So I did squeeze in a couple of rides here. I did not film. I did get on Pirates of the Caribbean, which is always a wonderful hit, as well as the Haunted Mansion. And they had something that was a little bit different. In the graveyard, they actually had a real life character out there that was interacting with the people in the queue line. It was really fun. And on my way, like in transition, I caught part of the Not So Scary Halloween parade. And so what I did was I filmed a little bit from here, just because with the hurricane approaching, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to catch the parade from like an ideal location. So here you go. Here are little clips of the Not So Scary Halloween party parade. Something really interesting. I just flew with a flight attendant who used to work at Walt Disney World and was a number of different face characters, including Prince Naveen from Princess and the Frog, and he used to be one of my favorite dancers here, and one of the grave diggers. So from the Haunted Mansion, when you see the dancers, he used to be one of these dancers here in the Halloween parade. So it was so fun to have like a one-on-one conversation and ask him about his experience working here. So one of these dancers is what I was just talking about. The flight attendant I flew with used to be one of these guys right here, and these are one of my favorite parts of this particular parade. And I got to catch another glimpse of it on Main Street. So my night is coming to an end. I couldn't have asked for a more perfect night. The rain held off just long enough. So it is just after midnight, 12:10, 12:15. The Halloween party, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, was wonderful. They poured rain on us in the beginning, and then it sprinkled a little bit towards the end. Right now it's sprinkling. Weather forecast now says 100% chance of rain. We keep looking at the hurricane on the weather radar, on the Doppler radar, I think it's called. And yeah, it's quite close. The outer bands are going to be here in a couple of hours. At least it says that. I got to do everything that I wanted to do, which was watch the parade and see the fireworks show. I got to see both. It got a little bit windy in the middle of the fireworks. Rode the Tron ride, which is something that we wanted to do that we had not done yet. And that's it. It just turned out to be a wonderful evening. We were there 8 hours. Didn't feel like 8 hours. Felt like time went just like that.
But that's it. Our Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party for 2023. My birthday celebration is done, and it was a hit.
And it is the next morning and the hurricane is here. So as you can see, there's a tornado watch and a hurricane watch and everything else, 100% chance of rain. You can see on the radar how these bands are like swirling in the hurricane pattern. This is what it looks like, slightly wet. We are just going to have breakfast, or actually more like brunch, lunch, here at the resort. But it is rainy, it is windy. You can see the clouds, they're low and moving quite quickly.
Trying to find the spots that are less wet.
So the resort is very calm and quiet and a little bit, I don't know, everything seems a little bit eerie. Usually these resorts are like very busy, there's people everywhere. Look at the clouds. You can see that they are moving quickly. I don't know how to explain it. They just seem like they're very low and they're just moving like they're in a river above our heads. It just looks like a cloud river to me. It's kind of nice to look at.
Today is Wednesday, August 30th, and the hurricane has moved northwest, so it didn't come to Orlando like the eye didn't. I think these are the outer bands, so today it is very rainy, humid, it's not as hot, and windy. And the clouds, it's very interesting because you can see the clouds and they're moving so fast, almost in a circular pattern, so I could only imagine how intense it is near the eye. And I did my hair this morning and the hurricane just wrecked it, so yeah.
I'm now heading over to Celebration, Florida. Celebration, Florida is located right outside of Walt Disney World. It was originally founded by the Walt Disney Company in the mid-90s, and it's a master planned community that was fashioned after historical American small towns with civic buildings designed by world-famous architects like Robert A.M. Stern. And I am going to go check out a place here because I may be moving from Arizona to Celebration. It will definitely make my work commute from Arizona to Miami a lot easier. It's far easier to commute from Celebration or Orlando down to Miami. But let's have a look at this beautiful little town, or I should say community. Let's have a look at this charming little community. Celebration Boulevard has an architecture on the street that is mostly Celebration modern style. The style reflects art streamlined, modern, and Art Deco influences with its sleek lines, sparse but effective ornamentation, and ample opportunities for individually expressive special features. The entire street is lined with 2 rows of Washington palms. The buildings on the street include sitting areas under the shade of trees and trellises along their frontage. The other section of Celebration Boulevard lies on the other side of the golf course, closer to the Celebration Water Tower in the North Village.
So I got a Starbucks and then I had to take shelter under this little covered area in front of Lake Reinhardt because the rain is just pouring down. Look at that. And still remnants of the hurricane.
There is a hotel in Celebration, and the Celebration Hotel hosted the Tampa Bay Buccaneers during training camp until the 2009 season, when they moved the training camp back to Tampa Bay. And here's a little fun fact that I found online. I don't know if this is still done, but in autumn, leaf-shaped confetti shoots out of lampposts on Market Street to stimulate falling leaves. During the holiday season, suds pour out of the lamppost to replicate snow while Christmas music streams throughout the area. I'll let you know if I am there this holiday season to let you know whether that is indeed something that still happens or if it is something of the past. This building here used to be the Celebration AMC movie theater, but it has been closed for many years. I did some research online and it looks like there have been at least a couple of attempts to get it up and going again, but it sounds like there is much red tape. Hopefully they can work things out, because how wonderful. The place that I looked at to move to, this theater is within walking distance. I mean, if I live here, if I move here, I can just walk about anywhere. I can run. There's so many running trails. It just really is a very nice community. I will say that. And I get just good vibes just being in the area. If you've never checked it out, definitely check it out. If you're coming to Walt Disney World for a vacation, this is open to the public. There's a Starbucks, there are other little restaurants and businesses that you can, shop in, but have a walk around. It is a unique community. It feels very much like a movie street.
Vehicles. It is time to find a spot to charge our electric vehicle. But look at this, I'm not used to stormy weather. I come from a desert landscape where it's sunny mostly every day, so I am just fascinated by the change in weather. Okay, so we are charging the Polestar again. This is a super fast charger. This one's at Disney Springs. This process was a whole lot easier. We need to exchange a shirt, but now it is just dumping rain. Charging the car, and it's just pouring rain. So that concludes our trip to Walt Disney World during Hurricane Idalia. Also, my little tour around Celebration, Florida. And stay posted because I may just be moving there. I may know something that you don't know yet. And it could be terrifying and exciting all at the same time. But I'll leave you here with these gorgeous, gorgeous Floridian sunsets now that Hurricane Idalia has come and gone. If you're not yet subscribed to this channel, please hit the subscribe button. Who knows, maybe there will be Disney World content on here as well. I'm not sure. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. If you have any questions, please send me a comment. As always, until next time, bye guys. Thank you.